Something happened late last night while you were trying to sleep. While you were lying in the dark, trying to quiet your overthinking mind and forcing yourself to stop checking your phone, the person you love was sitting in complete silence, staring blankly at a screen. Their hands were cold. Their heart was racing. They were hit by a sudden, suffocating wave of panic, not because they are moving on from you, but because they just realized their deepest mask has completely slipped. Do not skip this video, and do not scroll away. The universe brought you to this exact message at this exact minute for a very specific reason. Every single word you are about to hear is connected to the secret that is keeping them awake right now. If you leave early, you will miss the exact physical sign your spirit guides are preparing to send you tonight to validate this connection. You have felt it in your own body over the last 24 to 48 hours, haven't you? You have felt a sudden, unexplainable tightness right in your throat, or a sudden, burning heat rising in your chest for no logical reason. That is not your anxiety. That is their telepathic panic colliding directly with your aura. You are picking up on the exact frequency of their fear. Your soulmate is terrified right now because they carry a hidden truth about themselves, a secret they swore they would take to their grave. When this person first walked into your life, or when they created distance between the two of you, they built a massive wall around this secret. They tried to present themselves to you as completely untouchable, in control, or indifferent. They pretended that they didn't care as deeply as you did. They let you believe that they held all the power in the relationship. But it was all an act. The secret they never wanted you to find out is not that they don't love you. The secret is that they believe, deep down in the darkest corner of their soul, that they are fundamentally broken, and that if you ever saw who they truly are without their armor, you would turn around and walk away forever. They looked at your purity. They looked at the depth of your heart, the way you love, and the spiritual light you naturally carry. And instead of feeling worthy of it, their inner child was utterly terrified. They realized that your light exposes all of the unhealed baggage, the insecurity, and the silent shame they have been running from their entire life. They realized that you are the prize, and that they are severely out of their league. Yesterday, something happened in their 3D physical world that threatened to expose this secret to you. A moment of vulnerability slipped out. A conversation occurred, or a realization hit them so hard that their entire defensive fortress crumbled in a single second. They are sitting in the dark right now, staring at their phone, replaying that exact moment on a continuous loop. They are paralyzed with worry because they know that once you see the truth of who they are, the dynamic between you changes permanently. Do not close your heart to them just because they ran into the dark. But more importantly, do not lower your frequency to heal a wound they refuse to admit they have. We need to lock your energy right now so their panic doesn't drain your vitality while you watch this unfold. Go to the comments right now and type this sovereign command: my light is protected. I stand in my truth without fear. By typing this, you install an immediate spiritual barrier around your heart. You permit their soul to experience its own awakening without allowing their fear to consume your peace. Now, listen carefully, because we are about to peel back the first hidden layer of this night. In the next section of this message, I am going to reveal the exact physical object or memory they were holding when this panic hit them last night. I am going to expose the specific words they almost texted you at 2 a.m., and why their pride forced them to hit delete. As the clock struck 2 a.m. last night, the silence in their room became absolutely deafening. I want you to picture this exactly as it happened in a 3D physical world, because your intuition has already been telling you that they are struggling, and your intuition is entirely correct. They were sitting on the edge of their bed, completely alone. The glow of their phone screen was the only light in the room. They were not scrolling through social media. They were not looking at other people. They had scrolled all the way back through their hidden photos, looking at a highly specific picture of you, a picture from a time when things were easy, when they felt entirely safe in your presence, before their unhealed ego complicated everything. At that exact moment, the heavy wall of their pride completely collapsed. They opened your message thread. They stared at your name at the top of the screen. You did not see the typing bubble appear, but their thumbs were trembling over the keyboard. They began to type a message. It was not a casual greeting. It was not a low-effort attempt to breadcrumb you. It was a raw, devastatingly honest confession. They typed, "I am pretending that I am okay without you, but I'm not. I am terrified that I ruined this." They stared at those words for what felt like an eternity. Their finger hovered directly over the send button. But then, the secret they have been desperately hiding, their deep-rooted fear of not being good enough for you, violently pulled them back into the dark. Their human ego started screaming. It told them that if they sent that message, they would lose all their power. It told them that you might leave them on read, or worse, that you would finally see how weak and terrified they truly are behind their carefully constructed mask. So, with a heavy, sinking heart, they deleted the message. Word by word. They locked their phone, put it face down on the nightstand, and spent the rest of the night staring at the ceiling, utterly consumed by the bitter taste of their own cowardice. Do not skip this part of the story, because what happened next changes the entire dynamic of your connection. You see, they thought they successfully hid their panic from the world. They thought their secret was safe. But the universe has a way of forcing the truth out when two souls are divinely tied together. Just a few hours before that 2 a.m. breakdown, they were in a crowded room with friends. They were drinking, laughing, and trying to play the role of the unbothered, independent person they want the world to believe they are. But someone brought your name up. A mutual friend, someone who has been quietly watching the dynamic between the two of you, leaned across the table, looked them dead in the eye, and asked a highly specific, pointed question about your absence. And for the very first time, your soulmate did not have a clever excuse. They did not brush it off. They experienced a slip of the tongue. In a fleeting moment of pure, unedited vulnerability, they said something out loud that exposed exactly how much power you hold over them. They revealed the exact reason they are running, and the entire table went completely silent. Before we uncover the exact, shocking words they accidentally confessed to their friends, you must physically anchor your own reality. You cannot let their chaotic, secretive energy pull you back into a cycle of waiting. Go to the comments right now and type this anchor code to seal your timeline. I am the prize. I release their confusion and reclaim my power. By typing this, you are telling the quantum field that you are no longer energetically available for their hidden games. You are forcing them to step fully into the light if they ever want access to your aura again. Because the truth is, the words they spoke at that table did not just expose their secret. Those words acted as a massive energetic trigger in the unseen realm, initiating an absolute, violent shift in your timeline. In the next layer of this reading, I am going to reveal the exact, desperate sentence that slipped out of their mouth. And more importantly, I am going to expose the highly specific, undeniable physical sign the universe is placing in your path tomorrow to prove that they are finally ready to surrender. When the mutual friend leaned across the table and asked that pointed question about why you were no longer around, the music in the room seemed to fade. Your soulmate tried to reach for their usual mask. They opened their mouth, fully intending to say something casual, something dismissive, like, "It just didn't work out," or, "We're just focusing on different things right now." That is the lie they have been telling themselves, and it is the lie they plan to tell the world. But their soul was completely exhausted. The heavy burden of holding up that lie finally crushed their pride. They looked down at the table. Their fake smile completely dissolved, leaving behind a look of profound, undeniable grief. The friend stared at them, waiting. And then, your soulmate spoke. They didn't speak loudly. They whispered it, almost as if they were talking to themselves, completely forgetting who was in the room with them. They said, "I pushed them away because if I let them all the way in, they would see how entirely broken I really am. And if they saw the real me, and still chose to leave, I wouldn't survive it. So I left first." Do not skip this, and do not look away from the screen. Let the absolute gravity of those words sink into your chest right now. They did not walk away because you were too much. They did not pull back because you did something wrong, or because you weren't pretty enough, successful enough, or spiritual enough. They walked away because you were a mirror of absolute perfection, and they were utterly terrified of their own reflection. Your intense, unconditional love felt like a spotlight on every single one of their flaws. They ran to protect themselves from the heartbreak they were already convinced was going to happen. The exact second those words left their mouth, the energy in the room shifted, but more importantly, a violent shockwave was sent directly through the quantum field. By finally speaking their hidden truth out loud, even to a friend, in a crowded room, they actively shattered their own ego. They released the secret into the 3D reality, and the universe caught it. Because they have finally admitted their fear out loud, the karmic resistance between the two of you is rapidly collapsing. The energetic dam has broken. All of the telepathic energy they have been suppressing is now flooding directly toward you, which is exactly why you have felt so incredibly heavy, distracted, and exhausted today. You are physically absorbing the shock wave of their surrender. We must cleanse your aura of this heavy, chaotic energy immediately so you do not carry their emotional baggage into your tomorrow. Go to the comments right now and type this exact clearing code: "My aura is cleansed. I am detached from their fear and anchored in my peace." When you type this, you are visually and energetically commanding your spirit guides to step in. You are telling the universe that you refuse to let their unhealed trauma hijack your beautiful frequency. You are sealing your energy field, allowing you to witness their awakening without drowning in it. Now, the timeline split is officially locked in. But your logical, human mind is going to try to convince you that this is all just a coincidence. Your mind will try to pull you back into doubt. The universe is not going to let that happen. In the final layer of this deep dive, I am going to reveal the highly specific, incredibly rare physical sign your spirit guides are dropping into your reality within the next 24 hours. If you see this specific, dual sequence sign, you will know with absolute, terrifying certainty that this message was specifically for you, and that their silence is officially about to break. Listen to me very carefully, because the dark forces of your own anxiety will try to convince your logical mind that what is about to happen is just a random coincidence. It is not a coincidence. It is a highly orchestrated, mathematical impossibility, designed specifically by your spirit guides to permanently shatter your doubt and prove that they are finally surrendering to your connection. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, you are going to experience a highly specific, dual sequence manifestation in your physical reality. First, you will be going about your completely normal routine. You might be staring at a screen, organizing your room, or simply walking outside, when you will suddenly experience an unexplainable, heavy rush of warmth starting at the base of your neck and cascading directly down your left arm, the energetic receiving side of the physical body. The exact second that warmth hits you, a profound sense of peace will wash over your chest, and you will feel a sudden urge to look up or glance at your phone. When you do, your eyes will immediately lock onto the absolute divine seal, 777. You might see it on a license plate, a random view count, a receipt, or a timestamp. The sudden rush of warmth is the physical manifestation of your soulmate's energy finally dropping its defenses. It is the feeling of them completely letting go of their pride. The sequence 777 is the ultimate, undeniable confirmation from the universe that absolute timeline mastery has been achieved, and a massive miracle is locked in. When this exact sequence happens, your breath will catch in your throat. Your eyes might well up with tears, and that heavy weight you have been carrying for months will completely evaporate. That sudden peace is your physical validation. It is the universe whispering directly into your soul, you survived the silence. The waiting is permanently over. When you witness this absolute proof tomorrow, do not panic. Do not question it, and do not immediately reach out to them. Simply smile, place both of your hands over your heart, and quietly whisper to the empty room, I see the proof. My timeline is sealed. If this exact message brought you profound clarity today, if you felt the suffocating weight of confusion and isolation finally lift off your chest while listening to my voice, I ask that you like this video and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are actively manipulating the YouTube algorithm to push this exact, desperately needed healing frequency to another exhausted, heartbroken soul who is crying themselves to sleep tonight, begging the universe for a sign. You are helping save them. Leave one final, permanent declaration in the comments to seal this massive victory into your physical reality forever. Type, the illusion is shattered. My harvest and my peace are permanently locked in. The darkness has permanently lost its grip on your destiny. You survived the testing phase, you held your boundaries, and you took your power back. Close your eyes. Unclench your jaw. Sleep in perfect, uninterrupted peace tonight. You are fiercely, deeply, and infinitely loved.